Good morning, YouTube.
Let's fight together.
I told you I play a variety of games.
Right there.
My partner right now, Majic Jonson, my housemate, going in on Gundam, Dynasty Warriors Gundam. What? You had to die like that? Come on, man. Why you gotta go and die? Ah. Today I want to talk about weird teachers. This semester I have a Spanish teacher who is a little odd. And he starts talking about God and Jesus and Nelson Mandela. Allah, Allah. So I kind of recorded him. I want to put his recording up here so you can hear what this man was saying. It's a little crazy from my take.
Their abilities. If I were to meet Albert Einstein or Nelson Mandela, someone who's really changed the world, that's done something. Queen Elizabeth, it's an accident of birth only. Donald Trump, maybe I would imagine I would admire his business ability, but I can't say if he's an ethical businessman or not. That's for you to see for yourself and decide. But here I'll tell you a fairy tale about how a child sees the truth. And it's by Hans Christian Andersen, and I'm going to get a little video of it, have you all watch. I'm sure there's a cartoon in it. It's called The Emperor's New Clothes. And here's the story, the plot. An emperor was celebrating maybe his 25th year or 50th year of being an emperor, and he was going to have a big shebang in his kingdom. Or I guess in his empire, since he was an emperor. A king has a kingdom, an emperor has an empire. And he was going to have a big shebang. And two tailors from a neighboring town had heard about this. And they come to the doors of his palace. And they're knocking on the door. He looks out from the top and says, "Yes." And they say, "Emperor, we've heard you're going to have a big shebang. And we are tailors. And we would like to make you the finest clothing imaginable. The finest style, the finest cloth. So fine will it be that anyone in the empire that doesn't realize that this is the finest garment ever created is a damn fool and should be banished from the kingdom." And the emperor says, "Oh yes, come in. And the two tailors come in, and for a year they are weaving the cloth, the finest cloth ever, weaving the material out of the loom, the finest cloth ever, and they're taking measurements from the shoulder, because this came on a thread, from the shoulder to the wrist. Perfect! But you never thought a professor do that to you. Perfect measurements, the weights and everything, and they work for a year. And finally the big day comes. And everyone in the kingdom is prepared for feasting and everything, a great event. And the emperor's going to wear his new clothes, and the crowds are 20 people deep to see the emperor's new clothes, because they don't heard, of course. Now what the emperor did not know is that the tailors were thieves and crooks. And the reality is, there was never anything on the move at all. They were just pretending for a year to be weaving this fantastic fabric, measurements and everything. All right, the big day comes, and the emperor's clothes are put out, and he puts it on and all this stuff, and he goes marching down the main street of his kingdom. And again, the crowds are 10, 20 people deep. And everybody was oohing and ahhing at how wonderful the emperor's new clothes were. like it. Except way in the back, and this is on your syllabus, this picture, except way in the back, there's a little child. And remember, the goal of the education is freedom from ignorance. Way in the back, there's a little child, and he yells out, "But the emperor is naked!" And the moral of the story is that the child was the only one who was not afraid to speak the truth and didn't let other people do his thinking for him. Everybody else was afraid to say anything because they had already heard that if you don't realize how fine the government is, you're a damn fool and should be thrown out of the kingdom. The only one who wasn't intimidated and saw the truth and called it what it was a child. So that is kind of a fairy tale to explain again. A liberal arts education is freedom from ignorance so that you see things for yourself. In no